America is just as blinkered as blind love. And we Americans should really get some perspective about where we live. Watching the shit go down in Afghanistan, I was reminded lately of every conversation I've ever had with an immigrant, almost all of which, if we got to really talking, included the notion, oh, you people have no idea. All you do is bitch about and badmouth your own country, but if you knew about the country I came from, you'd stop shitting on your own.
Dude, how is this any different than like old people just constantly fucking complaining about like, you kids don't know how good you got it here in America. Like, stop complaining about America. It's like, dude, you're just an old conservative, dude. It's just so fucking, it's so boring. And it's like an audience of other old people that are like clapping for this.
Now, right? I have never been a rah-rah America type, and in fact have often made fun of Republicans in the past for being overly sentimental, because they're the ones.
And now I've decided I am one.
Who tear up at military flyovers and get a boner when the governor of South Dakota rides into a biker rally dressed like a painting of Teddy Roosevelt. John Boehner used to cry, like fucking weep, at the drop of a hat if anything reminded him of what a star-spangled miracle this country is. If there was a little flag in his club sandwich, he'd lose it.
God, this shit looks dank though. I fucking love club sandwiches. It's I think that's my whitest quality, is my undying love for club sandwiches. I haven't had one in so fucking long, and it's like watering my mouth right now thinking about it. Wawa makes the best goddamn club sandwiches too. Fuck! Shit's so fire. Oh god. Greatest thing about the tri-state is Wawa. Like New Jersey, awful for every other reason other than Wawa. Wawa is like the one fucking redeeming quality of New Jersey.
It's just in the conservative DNA to have this dewy-eyed, sloppy, drunk love for their country that often renders them incapable of acknowledging its problems. That's how we got the 2013 Supreme Court ruling.
Yo, this guy's such a fucking idiot. He's literally doing what he criticizes conservatives about. Like, how do you not recognize you are doing exactly that right now, my friend? You are doing that. You just because you started off by being like, I'm not like the conservatives, doesn't change the reality that like you are precisely doing exactly what you're criticizing in the first half.
Gutting the Voting Rights Act, not because John Roberts is a monster, but because people like him tend to over-romanticize America. He thought the South was ready for the honor system. They weren't.
Dude, that's such a... Oh, God, his political analysis is so stupid. I hate him. Like, he is a fucking baby, dude. This is the political analysis of a goddamn baby, okay? You have to be a baby. Ah, no, he thought the South was ready for the honor system. Yeah, totally, dude. The Federalist Society does not, and conservative Supreme Court justices do not operate on the express purpose to, like, dismantle any kind of fucking electoral structure that could even show a semblance of a democratic process so that they can maintain the minority rule of like they can maintain that same like fundamental principle that this country was built on: white landowning males dominating everything despite making up a minority, a smaller and smaller minority of the population. They do this. This is a fundamental part of the conservative project. Okay, Bill Maher, you fucking idiot. You absolute dumbass. How the fuck are you so old and you missed this like really important point? Wild to me. Absolutely wild to me that like he just is not talking about that.
But liberals, as usual in this era, have now gone too far in the other direction. They under-romanticize America. They have no perspective. Last week, the Taliban murdered a comedian. His name was Nazar Mohammed, and he made up funny songs on TikTok. They forced him into a car, tortured, and then executed him. A comedian. A thing like that hits a little close to home for me.
Does it? You're not a comedian, idiot. Shut the fuck up. Are you really going to compare that to like fucking, I don't know. You have to be funny or a comedian first, okay? You are neither of those things.
I've had two presidents up my ass. This one warned me to stop speaking my mind.
They need to watch what they say, watch what they do, and this is not a time for remarks like that. There never is.
And this one sued me over a joke.
Dude, he's oh man, what a hero, dude. You're such a fucking hero, dog.
And as president, called me every name in the book for the crime of predicting he'd do exactly what he did.
This crazy Bill Maher, this idiot comedian, these people are sick. He's a crazy lunatic. He's a whack job. He is.
I love the idea that, like, America's better and everyone should shut the fuck up about, like, what we are doing in Afghanistan. Because that's ultimately what the argument revolves around. Like, no one thinks Afghanistan is better than America, okay? Why the fuck are we even comparing ourselves to Afghanistan? Afghanistan is Afghanistan partially because of America. Actually, the contemporary situation in Afghanistan is almost entirely because of America's actions. That's what we're fucking saying. That's what we're talking about. For him to, like, be like, oh, well, you know, comedians don't get murdered in America, and that's why it's the greatest country on earth. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're a goddamn coward. There's a reason why you never compare America to Canada or the UK or any EU countries, okay? European Union countries. Shut the fuck up. If you are comparing the situation in America to the situation in Afghanistan, a country that we have caused so much chaos in, you've lost the goddamn plot. We're the wealthiest nation on earth. We are the global hegemonic culture and power. We are the imperialist force. We are the world police. Arguments that, by the way, Bill Maher absolutely has played a key role in manufacturing consent for.
He's a total nut job.
Yeah, I mean, neither experience was pleasant. But I didn't have to worry about being dragged till I'm dead behind a Toyota Tacoma. Have a little perspective about the stuff we howl about here.
Like, this is so idiotic, dude. Oh, man. You know, shut up, guys. America is better off than Afghanistan. Yeah, no shit, dumbass. Like, what a fucking idiotic take. What an absolutely moronic fucking take, dude. So brave, so bold. How is this any different than, like, the dumbasses in my audience? They're like, if you hate America so much, why don't you go back to Turkey? Huh? Fucking own, baby. And then they fucking click. They just click off after that. They're like, haha, did my slam dunk for the day, Martha. You see that? Fucking owned him. Yep, that's right. That goddamn lip tart, day ruined. Hey, of course, it's not always conservatives. There's other people that have said that too, but whatever.
I'm sorry your professor said something you didn't like. That won't be a problem with the Taliban because you're not allowed to go to school.
Can't you do the exact same argument that Bill Maher has literally trafficked for the rest of his career now that he's done just, like, exclusively talking about how Muslims are baboons or whatever? Bill Maher has built a career for himself now exclusively crying about cancel culture, okay? Professors are being canceled on college campuses. It's like, hey, how about you fucking, you know, how about you shut the fuck up? Because at least you're not being dragged behind a goddamn pickup truck. How about that, dude? You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, comedians in Afghanistan are being kidnapped and fucking murdered. Okay, which, by the way, I don't even know what the veracity of that story is. Let's be real. So can't you just flip the argument on its head where it's like, you're crying about cancel culture. Meanwhile, motherfuckers are getting kidnapped and murdered. What's up with that, dude? How about you shut the fuck up?
In Saudi Arabia, grown women can be jailed for doing the kind of things we think of as routine without the permission of a male guardian. China rounds you up if you're the wrong religion and puts you in camps.
Yeah, what religion is that? What religion is that, Bill? When America does it, it's awesome. When China does it, oh, not good. Dude, literally, dude. Hey, dude, okay, hold on, hold on. I mean, dude, look at this. Look at this shit, okay? Listen, when China does it, I'm going to use it as a talking point, okay, baby? But when America does it, then it's fucking awesome. Do you understand? Like, literally, dude, look at this, dude. I mean, come on, bro. Fuck.
More children in Burkina Faso work than are in school. Only 5% of Burundians have electricity. The homicide rate in Honduras is 8 times what it is here. The inflation rate in Venezuela is 2,719%. The Philippines, in the last 5 years, has put to death 27,000 low-level drug dealers. My old job.
Rodrigo Duterte's drug war has killed thousands. I wonder whose ally this guy is. If there's only... I wonder if there's like a, I don't know, group of individuals that are fucking out there that are just, you know. If there's like a country that's like backing them or something. I don't know. Be crazy.
In North Korea, people starve to death. The only people who starve here are doing it for a role.
What? Bro, that's insane, dude. That's literally not even fucking true, dude. We have... Dude, he is just like... This is the worst fucking American exceptionalist garbage propaganda I've ever fucking seen. We have a massive opioid epidemic. We have a massive homelessness problem. We have a massive food insecurity problem. In the wealthiest nation on earth. Have some fucking perspective, you privileged fuck. Holy shit, dude. That is absolutely... This is just like a rapid fire of some of the worst American exceptionalist propaganda I've ever fucking seen. Deranged. North Korea starves partially because, I mean, they're an authoritarian dictatorship, obviously, but partially because they're like completely cut off access from the rest of the goddamn global marketplace. America has no reason. We have an abundance of food that we just dump into fucking landfills, okay? And we still have like a gigantic population. We have a gigantic population that's food insecure. That's crazy. Also, to add insult to injury, half the shit that he's like talking about is caused by us. I mean, here are some hunger and poverty numbers in America, dude. More than 35 million Americans live in households that struggle against hunger. 1 in 10 of households in the U.S. experience food insecurity. 10% of households. Households in rural areas are experiencing considerably deeper struggles with hunger compared to those in metro areas with higher rates of food insecurity overall. 1 in 8 households with children cannot buy enough food for their families. That's why we need like public school meal programs, as I've talked about before, as I talked about yesterday. That's in America, chat. 34 million people lived in poverty in 2019.
Hey dude, way to be. Thanks for the education.
1 in 7. That's 10.5 million children that live in poverty. But of course, that poverty rate is much higher for black people at 18.8% and Hispanic people at 15.7% than for white non-Hispanic individuals, which is at 7.3%, which of course makes up Bill Maher's audience. So they are so far removed from seeing the consequences beyond just like homeless people in the streets that they probably fucking walk past and, you know, would love if the government just fucking cleared them out with like, you know, street sweepers. But it's wild that he is making this insane argument.
And the only people who have no water live in California. If you think America is irredeemable, turn on the news or get a passport and a ticket on one of those sketchy airlines that puts its web address on the plane. There's a reason Afghan mothers are handing their babies to us.
Dude, why is Afghanistan that way, motherfucker? We did that. We did that, you fucking idiot. Look at that image. Do you not see that we did that? Like, why are our military members standing on top of barbed fucking wire in the fucking Afghan airport, dude?
And
people love talking about Flint whenever we talk about water, but like Pittsburgh and so many other fucking rural places where like industry towns that were once booming are absolutely experiencing the same kind of fucking water crises that we see in Flint, Michigan too, for the record. So it's not just Flint, Michigan, okay? There are so many parts of this country where our infrastructure is so fucking eroded that like the water is poison, okay? So Bill Maher is a fucking idiot. He's such a jackass for saying this.
And we should take them. Americans right now should take in Afghan refugees into their homes and into...
Fucking finally, like one good take in a sea of monstrously, horrifyingly fucking wrong takes.
...their neighborhoods.
God, Jesus Christ, like... Just like one good take, thank God.
And I'm sure everyone who just clapped is thinking the same thing. Yes, someone who isn't me should definitely do that.
Dude, the refugee crisis is not fucking solved by housing random Afghan people, dumbass. Build fucking homes. Okay? That's how this works. We already have homes. But like, it's such a fucking idiotic... Again, this is another insanely dumb... liberal ass fucking take, dude. It's like so fucking stupid and so like individually focused. Like, yeah, dude, that's how we solve homelessness, by fucking housing one homeless person. Like, that's how that works. I'm losing my mind. Like, Americans and their weirdly like individualist, the hyper individualist framework just absolutely cucks us every step of the fucking way. Prevents so much goddamn progress from happening.
Hypers.
It's like, oh, dude, you want to fucking solve homelessness, dude? You know, take a homeless person off the street and put him in your house. Is that how this works? Systemic issues? Systemic issues are solved by like individual acts of kindness?
Hot takes. Keep it up.
So build homes for the refugees and leave the U.S. homelessness on the streets? Yeah, you know me. I love saying fuck the homeless on this broadcast. So you're right. That's what I'm always saying. I'm always saying that. Thanks, dude. See? Like this. This is Bill Maher. This is Bill Maher. This is the same exact attitude that Bill Maher has. LMAO, let me know when you taking any, brah. Yeah, dude. Baboon. Just fucking baboon brain. Oh. So frustrating.
But that doesn't make us the bad guys. we're not the bad guys. Oppression is what we were trying to stop in Afghanistan. We failed, but any immigrant will tell you we've largely succeeded here, and yet the overriding thrust of current woke ideology is that America is rotten to the core, irredeemably racist from the moment it was founded, and so oppressive, sexist, and homophobic, we can't find a host for the Oscars or Jeopardy.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Pog.
If the manifestation of marginalization stops at like, who's gonna host the Oscars, then you're a fucking idiot.
Nice
like,
house,
this is
GG.
not... Dude, we have a homelessness crisis that still persists as like a youth homelessness crisis that is in many ways shaped by the homophobia and transphobia that many parents still fucking experience, okay? Many parents still have. Shut the fuck up. These are like issues that intertwine. It's not... The buck doesn't start and stop at like, who gets to host the Oscars? This is just a bunch of privileged fucking morons going back and forth over and over again, jerking off about media-related issues, and a bunch of other like mid-level marketing managers that are constantly fucking harping on the exact same issues. It's so annoying. And you see it all the time. You see it in like fucking, even Glenn Greenwald does this shit. Whenever they talk about like another college professor was fired from their job, or, you know, Barry Weiss is a victim of cancel culture. It's like, no, dude, no, she's not. Like, no, these are issues that literally impact like 11 people, but all 11 of those people happen to be in the media. So that's all we fucking hear about.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you heard the new Jeopardy guy is out because he said boobies in 2014. And this is where...
I love that. He literally started out by saying, like, comedians are getting fucking murdered for doing jokes in Afghanistan. Things are so much better in America. And then he's like, woke cancel culture is so ridiculous. Someone said boobies, and that's why they couldn't become the host of Jeopardy.
Your new Afghani roommates that you took in will prove so valuable because they'll turn to you and say, have you people lost your fucking minds? Have you? Have you ever heard of honor killings, public beheadings, throwing gay men off of roofs? Arranged marriages to...
Those two takes are only consistent if you're a fucking idiot, chatter. You could literally flip that argument on its head and be like, comedians are getting murdered in Afghanistan. You're really going to sit here and complain about fucking cancel culture? That's the point. It's an idiotic argument to make. There's honor killings happening in Afghanistan. You're going to sit here and be like, this person can't host Jeopardy? It's the worst thing that's ever happened. As a matter of fact, that's actually a better argument than like whatever the fuck Bill is trying to make here, which is have some sense of perspective. Things in Afghanistan are fucking terrible. So why are you crying about a comedian saying boobies? America's not homophobic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just straight up conservatism. He is just a conservative motherfucker now, and all he does is just be a smug conservative asshole.
To minors, state-sanctioned wife-beating, female genital mutilation, marriage by capture, because we have. What's the lesson of Afghanistan? Maybe it's that everyone from the giant dorm room bitch session that is the internet should
8
take a
months
good
of
look at
waiting
what
for you to
real
get an
oppression
OnlyFans.
looks like.
Yes. Caused by the American imperialist endless war narrative that you yourself partook in as a prominent media figure, where you were so oppressed by the Bush administration that you routinely fucking marketed the war in a justifiable capacity. Shut the fuck up, dude. This guy literally played a role, a fundamental role in like Islamophobia that played a role in justifying our endless war on terror.
Ask your maid. Ask your Uber driver. Ask the Asian woman giving you a massage.
That's a self-report.
she'll tell you this place is Shangri-La, and not just because she works in a place called Shangri-La. America may not be the country of your faculty lounge and Twitter dreams, but no one here tries to escape by hanging on to an airplane. No, we wait till we're inside the plane to fight. And then only because they cut off the beverage service.
Here's Squirrel with the hot takes. Bill Maher played a key role in manufacturing consent for the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, disseminating the most deranged, racist, Islamophobic garbage in the service of U.S. imperialism. Here's that time it was totally destroyed and humiliated on his own show by Glenn Greenwald for this. This is old Glenn. This is the reason. This is part of the reason why I used to love Glenn Greenwald and defended him for a very long time. But you will understand where that's coming from.
We didn't go into Egypt.
Watch.
Well,
we wound up with the Muslim Brotherhood.
We didn't go into Egypt. We were supporting and propping up Mubarak for 30 years, even as we were cheering for all the Tahrir Square demonstrators as though we were on their side. It was our government that kept Mubarak in power, just like we've done across the entire Muslim world. And it's amazing for you to say that, well, look at all these Muslims. The minute you give them a little bit of freedom, they go wild and they start being all violent. How can you be a citizen of the United States, the country that has generated more violence and militarism in the world over the last 5 or 6 decades, and say, look at those people over there, they are incredibly violent? We play a significant role in what has been happening in the Middle East because we've been interfering and dominating that region in order to have access to the oil.
I wasn't talking about violence. I was talking about theocracy. That doesn't happen here.
No, well, okay, that doesn't happen here, but at the same time, Iran isn't invading lots of other countries and occupying them for a decade, nor are fundamentalist Muslim countries the way the United States is. So these things are interlinked because we are continuously interfering in that part of the world. And so to say...
Really, it's all our fault?
It's not all our fault, but when you send your military for 6 straight decades into other countries to bomb them, kill their children and women and innocent men, prop up dictators, yeah, you take responsibility for your actions and say, to the extent that that region...
That religion goes back 1,000 years before our revolution, so I don't think we can take all the blame.
I don't think we should. I think we should take a lot of it. And there's lots of bodies and...
Yeah, motherfucker, it's called the Islamic Golden Age, dude. Okay? When the Angloids were fucking dying because they didn't know how to wipe their asses, the Islamic world was fucking literally advancing medicine and arithmetic. So shut the fuck up. Nah, that religion goes back 1,000 years. When you're so fucking horny to like literally shit on everything that is Islam, that you lose a sense of perspective and just throw out literally ahistorical garbage, dude. Shut the fuck up, Bill Maher, you dumb fuck.
Corpses that have been piled up in the name of Christianity and Judaism as well.
Not recently.
Have you heard of the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza for the last 50 years, motivated in part by extremist views of Judaism?
That's what happens, by the way. Listen, when you're so fucking horny to hate like an individual religion and don't have a sense of perspective that it's just simply an ideology and that every religion has been fucking incredibly violent at times and used as a tool to get people to motivate people to do incredibly violent and abhorrent actions, but also a tool for liberation as well. Like, if you lose sight of that and you get so fucking horny that you're just like, oh yeah, Muslims, like, they're fucking rabid, they're dogs, Islam is a horrible ideology, it's so much different than every other religion, like, you're gonna get dunked on. You're gonna look like a fucking idiot when there is a person who is knowledgeable on the matter. Of course, I'm sure Glenn Greenwald would, if he was ever invited back to Bill Maher's show, they would probably have a lot of agreements now about how cancel culture is the worst thing that's ever happened, or whatever the fuck.
Have you heard of the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza for the last 50 years, motivated in part by extremist views of Judaism, or the wars in Europe, or the fact that there were generals in the United States saying we have to go and invade and destroy Iraq, a country of 26 million people, because our God is bigger? Lots of religions, not just Islam, produce violence.
Well, if I could just make one quick point about Egypt.
That silly liberal view that all religions are alike because it makes you feel good.
No, it makes you feel good to say our side is better than people over there are primitive and violent. No, it makes you feel good to put a crown on your head and say, I'm a good person. How do I prove that? You get to ignore the responsibility that your own government has for the violence and instability in the world by saying, look, it's that primitive religion over there that's to blame. All right.
Oh, fuck, man. God damn it, dude. Where is that Glenn Greenwald, bro? Where the fuck? Now he's like, deep state. Donald Trump was against the deep state. What happened? What the fuck happened to that guy, dude? The fuck happened? Makes me so goddamn sad. Just absolutely popped the fuck off. Just literally took his cock out and just fucking slammed it on the goddamn table.
If you have discussed it yet. I haven't seen anything on YouTube re-uploaded, but what's going on with Hurricane Ida?
Makes me so sad. People who say he's shilling for more money fundamentally misunderstand Glenn Greenwald's position. He is already so insanely wealthy, dude. Are you kidding me? He had a billionaire backer. Omidyar is one of those billionaires that's like the closest we can get to like a benevolent billionaire that literally set up an entire journalism operation that was going to lose money regardless around a couple incredible fucking reporters. At the time, Glenn Greenwald was one of them. Jeremy Scahill is another one. He shit on TYT, stop lying. What? I don't give a fuck about him shitting on TYT. I shit on TYT from time to time. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Naomi Klein. And now, like, he had, like, dude, he made a fuckload of money at The Intercept, dude. He made, like, $500,000 a year or some shit. That was his, like, salary. So shut the fuck up if you're like, he wanted to make that Substack money. No, I personally think he, like, got radicalized by anti-SJW shit in, like, the circles that he was in.
New rule.
Liberals of the Sam Harris and Bill Maher variety performed their role as ideologists of the imperialist project by disseminating racist Islamophobia so as to dehumanize and legitimize the millions killed by empire, yet Maher remains a liberal darling. Well, Sam Harris would remain a liberal darling too. He's not seen as one because no one cares. He's an irrelevant fucking podcast
New
guy.
rule, if converting to Islam is all it takes to get the terrorists off our backs, then all I have to say is... Islam is the motherlode of bad ideas. It comes from a hate-filled holy book, the Quran. The most popular name in the United
Look at Zach Galifianakis. He's like, dude.
in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, this was in the news this week, for babies this year was Muhammad. Am I a racist to feel I'm alarmed by that? Because
Yes! Yes! Literally, yes! Yes! You're so close to the truth, you fucking idiot! Yes, the answer is yes. It's a fucking name, you dumb idiot. Yes, you are so racist, dude. That's incredibly fucking racist.
I am. When that stuff is in your head.
Oh, he says, and then I am, yeah.
Alarmed by that because I am. When that stuff is in your head, it just gives you this neurological disorder. Talk to women who've ever dated an Arab man. The reviews are not good. If Muslim men could get laid more, we wouldn't have this problem. They're violent because they threaten us, and they are threatening. They bring that desert stuff. It's a culture.
Bro, it's just like, he literally is just like, it's just being openly and transparent. Dude, this stuff is what I grew up with, okay? And when I first came to America, Turkish dude, Muslim boy, like, I saw this. Like, when I would come to America in the summers, like, this is just so normal. In the post 9/11 era, this was just the most normal thing. Like, people would just be like, yeah, you know, they're sand N-words. Like, I don't understand. Like, we need to bomb them all to hell. It's changed a little bit. But remember, like, this is Bill Maher. Like, he's a liberal. He's supposedly the tolerant liberal guy, okay? But even, like, the most tolerant liberal guy straight up would say this shit. And by the way, if you're saying he's worse than conservatives, no, motherfucker. Conservatives were saying way worse shit than Bill Maher at the time, okay? But the difference is, or not the difference rather, but like similarities are there because the ultimate goals were aligned, which is advance America's imperialist agenda. That's it. And a big part of that comes from dehumanizing all Muslims as like primitive individuals that aren't real humans. That's exactly how the slave trade operated. That's exactly how the Holocaust worked for the Folkish Germans at the time. And that's exactly how we continue to bring so much death and destruction to different parts of the world while we actively dehumanize them.
Culture of suicide bombing. Hundreds of millions of them support an attack like this. Most Muslims.
Vast numbers of Muslim people.
Vast majorities of Muslims.
Absolutely.
Most Muslim people.
Most Muslim people in the world do condone violence.
It's been going on 1,000
Totally, dude. Most Muslim people in the world condone violence.
years. This problem between Islam and the West. I'm not an Islamophobe. That's wrong. I am a truth lover.
You're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
Right.
Well, no,
It really isn't. Radicalized Muslims is a unique and greater threat. It is the greatest threat. It's the only religion that acts like the mafia.
Yeah, only religion that acts like the mafia.
It may be.
By the way,